Om Swastiastu. Good morning, everyone. My name is Putu Pibra. Today, I would like to share my article, Digital Juggling, How Media Multitasking Affect Working Memory Performance Among University Students by Tan et al. 2024. This is the summary of the article. Media multitasking affect working memory performance among university students. So there are study from Unimas University that talks about how media multitasking habits, like scrolling through social media while doing assessment, affect our memory, especially working memory. There are two working memory, verbal, like remembering numbers, and visual spatial memory accuracy. So it's like remembering position or image and videos. They had 14 40 university students as participants and used two tools, the digit span tags to measure verbal memory and the cursive block typing test to assess visual spatial memory. The participant also filled out a questionnaire called MMS to see how often they multitask using media. The results were pretty interesting. It turned out that the more often someone multitasks with media, the better the performance is remembering things, both numbers and video. But there's a trade-off. Even though their accuracy improved, they took longer to complete the task. So it's like give and take, more accurate but slower. The point is, this study showed that media multitasking is not always bad. In fact, it can help improve memory as long as we know how to manage it, how to manage. But we should also be aware that multitasking can make tasks take longer to finish. So if we want to be efficient, we need to smart about when to focus when just on just one thing and when it's okay to do multiple that at once. What I found interesting or surprising is first, frequent multitasker had better recall in memory. So the study found that the student who often multitask with media, like doing assessment while listening to music or check social media, actually had better memory recall than those who don't multitask as much. The frequent multitasker could remember things more accurately, like I said before in the summary. The research think it's probably because their brains are used to managing attention and across different things. So they develop better ways to process and store information. But here's the catch: even though their memory was more accurate, they took more time to finish the type. Higher accuracy came with slower text completion. This is the research questions. First, I found four research questions in the article. Is there any significant relationship between media multitasking habit and verbal working memory performance based on the total correct recall? Is there any significant relationship between media multitasking habit and verbal working memory performance based on the total time taken? And is there any significant relationship between media multitasking habit and visual spatial working memory performance based on the total current recall? Is there any significant relationship between media multitasking habit and visual spatial working memory performance based on the total time taken? And this is the shaping my future teaching practice based on findings. As a teacher, I can design lessons that include type multitasking, like moving between watching a short video, reading a text, and answering questions. Teaching students how to manage their attention is important so they don't get overwhelmed or distracted. I will also want to give students time to focus on one text at a time, especially when the activity needs deep thinking or fast decision making. Right, that's all about my article. Thank you.